For Tarps Off MMA, and with me today is JJ Wilson following his highlight reel finish over Pedro Carvalho. How are you, man?
I'm good, brother. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, man. So, this highlight reel finish over Pedro, probably the biggest win of yours to date. Did it go down the way you expected it to, first of all?
Yeah, so the question I got asked a lot is how do I think this fight is going to plan out? And I called a first round submission because I was planning to go out there and catch him in the first round, but I also said that if I don't catch the submission in the first round, that I will probably finish him in the second round, and that it wouldn't go to the distance. So I kind of had that mapped out, that that's how the fight was going to go. That I didn't know that I was going to hit him with a spinning back fist, but I did know that I was probably going to either KO him or submit him.
All right. And then, I mean, what have you done to celebrate so far? I know you've mentioned previously that you're a big sort of fan of outdoor pursuits, you're spearfishing and whatnot. What's it been like?
Yeah. So when I came back, we went spearfishing the next day. But right now, I just been eating a lot. We went out to last night. We went out, got some Wagyu steak, and went to the casino a little bit. And right now, we haven't really. I'm planning a trip to go down to Mexico to go to a place called Gonzaga Bay. It's one of the best places in the world to go spearfishing. So I'm planning a trip to go down there probably end of this week. So yeah.
Awesome.
This is
Living
my
the high life.
I haven't got to celebrate it yet. Right now, I'm just kind of relaxing, you know.
Yeah, living the life of a top 5 Bellator fighter, I guess. And then
yeah.
That leads me on to my next question. First of all, what do you think of Bellator implementing, their new ranking system?
I think it's great. I think they should always have ranking systems. You know, it's good for the fighters to know where they stand and how far away they are from title contention, or if they're even in line for title contention. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, 100%. Well, obviously, you're now top 5, I believe, ranked 4th. What's your next step? I mean, obviously, you've got Pitbull and McKee, who are going to be fighting soon. I mean, are you planning on sort of waiting for that fight to resolve and then lobbying for a title shot, or do you want to get another fight in there first?
I like to stay active. You know, last year, even with COVID, I still managed to get 3 fights in. Hopefully, I can get 4 to 5 fights in this year. So you know, if I sit around and wait for the Grand Prix to be over, and then for whoever's the victor to be ready to fight again, you know, it could be waiting a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't want to be on a bench for a whole year. So, and I'm pretty sure Adam Borics doesn't want to be on the bench for a whole year as well. You know, he fought 2-3 weeks prior to. No, he fought 1 week before I did, right?
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be on the bench for a year. And sitting on the bench for a year, you're probably going to lose your ranking. So, you know, I think that's a good fight for both of us. I think it's a good fight for us to fight, and then that will put us in line for title contention for the winner.
100%. It's a good fight for the fans as well. It seems like the one that would definitely make sense. Okay, and then obviously we just mentioned McKee versus Pitbull. Who do you see winning that fight?
It's hard to put money against both of them. You know, AJ McKee's a monster. Pitbull's beaten everyone. You know what I mean? He's been around and he's beaten everyone there is. He's cleaned up the whole division. He beat Michael Chandler. He's beat everyone. So it's hard to count him out as well. So, you know, I think Pitbull's going to win, but I think that AJ McKee has the abilities and the potential to win as well. So it's like, I don't know. But I'm 60% on Pitbull's side, 40% on McKee.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 55. 60 is a little generous. 55.
It's tight. And then,
yeah.
Have you been watching their performances in the Grand Prix? You know, are you a fan of actually watching mixed martial arts? Because, you know, you get certain athletes who don't tend to watch the sport. It's just a job for them. But what about for you?
So I'm a fan of the sport for my friends.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But all the other ones, I watch my division because I'm lining up who's next. But I'm a fan for the sport for my friends that fight. You know what I mean? I have a lot of friends, so whenever my friends are fighting, I go crazy for it. But personally, I can't. I fall asleep at watching at a fight night. But when my friends fight, I go insane.
What sort of friends have you got in the top leagues then?
Well, the best guy that's one of my friends is Adesanya. But there's so many. I have so many friends at a high level. So it's like, there's Brad Riddell, there's so many people. Dan Hooker. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few of them. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than Israel Adesanya. And then obviously Brad Riddell's just had a new fight booked against Drew Dober, I believe.
Yeah, he just booked again. His last fight got pulled out due to COVID.
Yeah, of course.
Dan Hooker just lost to Michael Chandler. Kat Zingano just won. Who else has we been fighting recently? My other friend Shane Young, he's from New Zealand as well. He lost his last fight. Who else just fought? And then I have a lot of friends in smaller shows too.
Yeah.
They were fighting this weekend on, is it P? No. LFA? No. I don't even know what show it is. I can't remember now. They're fighting in Arizona this weekend. I have three of my friends from the same team all fighting out there this weekend in Arizona.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then back to Pitbull and Mickey. I mean, I was going to ask, you kind of answered my question for me, but when you watch these fights, I was going to say, do you watch it from, like an analytical standpoint? Are you analyzing these guys as future opponents? You sort of said yes, but then, how do you think you stack up against, or go both McKee and Pitbull? Because there's a, likely chance one of them is going to be a future opponent of yours.
Yeah. So, I analyze every fight I watch, even at the highest level, even heavyweights, light heavyweights. I analyze all their fights because that's probably the best way to improve. You're sitting there analyzing their fights and you're like, oh, wow, I like that. I like what he just did. And then you go to the gym and you do it. You're like, oh, it works. You know what I mean? Then you get a new weapon inside the arsenal to use on other people. I'm more of an innovative fighter, so I like to be unorthodox, come up with my own kind of style, my own kind of. So I like to take things from everybody and kind of piece it together. Another guy who's really good at that and is super unorthodox is AJ McKee. You know what I mean? He's really unpredictable. He's really sporadic. So his style is tough to fight because it's unpredictable and you can't really plan for it. You can't really game plan correctly against him. It's a lot harder to break him down. Where Pitbull, he's got a very simple game, but when you have refined the basics so well, you're just too dangerous. And he's that guy. So his super basic: cross left hook, jab, cross left hook, basics. But if one of those touch you, go to sleep. So they're two different styles completely. One is super basic, but those basics will kill. Well, it's already killed 99% of the population, right? And then we have Adrian McKee, who's a little bit more unorthodox, a little bit more younger. So he's younger, so he's more, he's got a little bit more energy. He's more sporadic. He's more less decisive as Pitbull's movements. Pitbull's movements real decisive. He goes one way, He knows exactly where he's going. Where McKee's like, oh, it's okay, we'll go over here. Oh, it's okay, we'll go over here. You know what I mean? So personally, I think I match up well against both of them. I think I'll give them both a really, 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 really hard time. I definitely think if I fought either one of them, it'll be a 3-round war, and anyone could come on top.
Okay. And then outside of Pitbull and McKee, who do you reckon is the toughest test for you, or toughest fight in the 145-pound division? Obviously, you mentioned Adam Borics before. I mean, you've also got Mads Burnell, Aaron Pico. Some big names in there. Who do you reckon is the toughest fight outside those top two?
Well, there's Emmanuel Sanchez who's ranked number 2 as well. He's super tough as well. The whole division is tough. My eyes on Adam Borics. Anyone, all these other guys, like Mads and Pico, all these other guys, they're tough as well. They're all tough. My eyes on Adam, so it's like I'm laser focused. I want to get that contract signed so we can get that deal, and then everyone else will deal with them later. When I'm the champ, then they can all come to me, right?
Line them up.
Exactly. I'm not looking behind. I'm looking forward. You know what I mean? I'm ranked number 4. Adam Borics, Emmanuel Sanchez, Adrian McKee ahead of me. I'm looking forward. I can't look backwards.
Until you're champion.
Yeah, when I'm the champ, all you got to stand on top and just look down, right? So it's like, okay.
Well, I mean, you say that. You do get this champion belt. Do you reckon your future is completely set in stone in Bellator? Could you see yourself fighting for other organizations, or even, I mean, it's always hinted at but never happens, but a potential cross-promotional fight with, UFC 1, PFL, whoever?
So once I'm the featherweight champion, I want to be the champ. Okay. I want to go 155. I want to get that bout. And Bellator, they also do cross. They do cross competitions with like Risen over in Japan. So that would be cool.
Yep.
I would love to go to Japan and fight, especially in Risen. Risen is some tough guys down there. So that'll be awesome. Go down to Japan and fight for the Risen bout too. But I was grown from Bellator. I had my pro debut in Bellator, so I'm a loyal guy. So I'm not looking to go anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Do you worry at all that the thing with Pitbull is often he's pound for pound in Bellator, but sometimes he gets looked over. There's been a lot of controversy lately because of his rankings in, like, say, Tapology. He's down at 19 in world featherweight. Do you worry that staying in Bellator might limit your, I suppose, legacy in a way?
So I think that Bellator is definitely growing. I believe that MMA, the sport as a whole, is still in its infant stage. It hasn't developed into a full. The sport itself hasn't developed into an adult yet, and I think when I'm ending my career, that MMA will actually flourish into an adult, hopefully, and everything else will. All these things, all these minor little details will all be fixed. You know what I mean? But as the time being right now, MMA is the hottest sport there is right now. And it's still in its infant stage. So within 10 years from now, 8 years from now, MMA is going to be a lot bigger. It's going to be humongous. So I think that, Bellator is really, really going to have a huge standing within that, and that all those little details will be refined out.
Okay. And then just one last question. When that fight with Borics is booked, how does it go? What's your prediction?
First on submission.
Oh yeah.
Darren Caldwell did it.
All right. Okay, well, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I'll give you the final word. If there's any shout out sponsors, let people know where to find you on social media and whatnot.
Follow me at the Moldy Kid on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything. And yeah, thank you all.
Cool. Good luck in your future endeavors, man. Peace.